Sidikan,
Famara Sidikan,
do swear that
swear that
I will speak the truth,
I will speak the truth,
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
So help me God.
You may be kindly seated.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over to him for us to proceed. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sidikan.
Yeah, afternoon, Ma.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. I hope you had your lunch.
Yes.
Thank you. Counsel?
Okay.
Yes, good day, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, Counsel.
Can you please state your name?
Pardon?
Your name. What is your name?
My name is Famara Sidikan.
Your address, please.
Jara Kanikunda.
Jara.
Jara Kanikunda, yes.
And I take it that you are a councillor at Masoko Area Council?
Yes, indeed, I'm a councillor.
Since when?
Since 2018 update.
2018 to date?
Yes.
Now, you gave a statement to the investigators of the commission?
Yes.
That would be in October this year.
Yes, perhaps.
Let me show you this document, and please tell us whether there's the statement that you gave to the commission investigators.
Yes, this is the very statement.
We apply to tender the statement of the witness, Famara Sidikan, dated the 23rd of October 2023, into evidence as an exhibit. It also has some attachments. Can you tell us what those attachments are? It has 2 or 3 letters.
Yes.
What is the first letter? Do you know?
Yes, I know. Yeah, the first letter was 2023 June 2020.
What is it about?
Yeah,
what is the subject matter?
Request for payment receipt of the sales of the 5 vehicles.
That is in relation to the 5 disposed vehicles?
Disposed vehicle, yes.
And the second letter?
Second was, this was written by the then chairperson of Finance Committee, Mr. C.D. Stiba.
Okay. Subject?
And the next was written by me, because at that time I'm the current chairperson of subcommittee finance.
That is the one you are requesting for?
Yeah,
the audit report.
Request for retirement of COVID-19
report. We apply to tender.
The third was the request for audit report for COVID-19 GoFundMe account.
We apply to tender the statement together with the 3 attachments. One would be the subject is request for payment, receipt of the sale of vehicles. The second, request for the retirement of COVID-19 fund. And the third, request for audit report for COVID-19 GoFundMe account. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
All into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness statement dated the 23rd of October 2023 by Nafamara Sedikan. Attached to his statement is a letter dated the 23rd of June 2020 addressed to the Finance Director, Mansakonko Area Council, with the caption, request for the payment receipt of the sale 5 vehicle. I'm reading as per what is contained in the letter. The second letter attached is the letter dated the 2nd of August 2023, and this is also addressed to the Chief Executive Officer, Mansakonko Area Council, with the caption, request for the retirement of COVID-19 fund. The third letter is dated the 30th of August 2023. This is addressed to the Internal Auditor, Mansakonko Area Council, with the caption, request for audit report for COVID-19 GoFundMe account. All this are hereby admitted in a bundle and marked as LGC/MS/MKAC/001.
As the Commission places. Now, please tell us what your educational background is.
I went to school from grade 1 to grade 12.
Mr. Sedikan, can you please?
Sorry.
Yes, speak up into the mic.
From grade 1 to grade 12, that's where I stopped. And later, I went for studies of business management at the BTC.
BTC?
Yeah, Business Training Center.
When was this? When was this?
So I think around 2004.
2004.
If I could remember, yes.
Now, you serve and you're still serving as a councillor from 2018 to date.
Yes.
Which ward do you represent?
I'm representing Jaduma ward.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, during your, since 2018, have you served in any committee of the area council?
Yes.
Please tell us.
I was a member of contract committee.
You were a member. Are you still not a member?
Right now, I'm not a member.
When did you when did you last become a member of the contract committee?
Yeah, after election, these newly elected members, we nominate the other members to the various committees. So right now, I'm no more a member of contract committee. But since 2018 up to 2023, before the election.
Yes.
So I was a member. And I was a member of finance subcommittee committee, the next to the chairperson. And currently, I'm the finance subcommittee chairperson.
So from 2018 to 2023, prior to the elections, you were a member of the contract committee.
Yeah.
But you are still a member of the finance committee since 2018.
Right.
And then you were the vice chair, but now you are the chairperson.
That's true.
So as a member of the finance committee, what would you say the role of the committee is, generally?
Finance committee?
Yes, the subcommittee.
Yeah, our roles and responsibility is to monitor, for example, any money comes into a council, for example, our dues, car park dues, subvention, and all that. Before anything, finance committee has to call a meeting for any spending.
And then, how many members do you have in the finance committee?
We have 5 committee members. Yeah.
And how often do you sit?
Mostly when there is a funding.
When there's funded?
Funded, yes. Sometimes we call emergency when we see that there is, other malpractice regarding to the financial transaction. We call a meeting. to tackle those issues.
And how about the contracts committee? How often do you sit?
Contract committee, mostly when there is a money available and we want to do some contracts, some development. We have to sit over. Maybe the contractor will tender.
So basically you make decisions in relation to contracts
Yes,
that are supposed to be
yes.
awarded.
Yes.
And do you have minutes of these? Are these documented? Generally?
Yes, we do.
And who would take minutes of the contracts committee meetings?
Contract committee meeting, mostly Mr. Kinde, our admin officer, or at times our procurement officer, Sedili.
Now,
Ibrahim.
since 2018, have you been attending contracts committee meetings?
Of course, all the meetings held in Mansakonko Area Council since 2018, before the election,
Yes.
I attend all.
So you have not missed any
No,
meeting since 2018?
I never miss any meeting.
That is remarkable indeed. But then apparently, do you know who attend these contracts committee meetings?
Yes, I have some examples, minutes with me.
Please tell us.
During the COVID-19 period,
Yes.
We had a contract committee meeting.
Yes.
This was dated on the 15th April 2020.
You've had a contract committee meeting on the 15th.
15th April 2020,
Okay.
and the attendance registers. This was a joint committee meeting.
15th April would have been the period that yes, when you were working on the COVID-19 fund.
Yes.
And contracts were being awarded during that period.
Right.
Most notably, the contract awarded to Nemasu Enterprise. Do you recall?
Nemasu?
Yes.
Well, I just had this information through this commission.
To the commission.
But I was never known that it was not in my knowledge that Nemasu was given a contract by Mansakonko Area Council.
The council. So yes. we will come to that. So can we have the is that an original?
Yes, this is the original attendance.
Mr. Sedikan, if you have all the minutes of the meetings or any other further documents you have, we can admit them now, then we start the discussion. If you have any further document apart from this one.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, all these are minutes during the COVID pandemic period.
Yes. Madam Chair, I just want us to deal with, but there are two minutes that are very much important for probably mainly his discussion. That is, number one, this particular minute in relation to the COVID-19 fund, and most notably the RISE contract that was awarded to Nemasu subsequently, and also the meeting regarding the disposal of the of the vehicles, after which he will now tender all the other minutes that he has.
Okay.
Yeah. If the commission pleases or permits us to do. Yes. So let me just tender this one first, because this one is the minute of the meeting, mainly in relation to the COVID-19 form. Is that correct? This one?
Yes.
On the 15th of April 2020.
Yeah.
We applied to tender minutes of Mansakongo Area Council Finance and Contracts Committee's meeting held on Wednesday, 15th April 2020, into evidence as an exhibit. This seems to be a joint meeting. Can you please tell us more about that?
Yes, it was a joint meeting
between
Contract and Finance Committee.
Contracts Committee and Finance Committee.
Finance, yes.
We applied to have it tendered into evidence as an exhibit.
The minutes of Mansakonko Area Council Finance and Contract Committee's meeting held on Wednesday, 15th of April 2020 is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/NS/MKAC/002.
As the Commission places, do you have minutes for the discussion that that permits the disposal of the vehicles with you?
Yeah, there was a time we had a finance committee meeting.
Yes.
So it was in the agenda that the disposal of that vehicle, I think one principal at Tahir Ahmadiyya High School, senior secondary school, offered $125,000. I had that meeting. I have that minutes with me. Yeah.
Can I see that one, please? Is this also an original?
Yes.
By the way, why are your minutes not signed?
This is how we normally receive.
You don't sign them?
No.
Why is that?
Well,
they should be signed.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yeah, but this is how normally we receive.
Very well. We applied to tender the minutes of Finance Subcommittee meeting held on Thursday, the 4th of July, 2019. The agenda, the first on the agenda is the disposal of 2 Pajeros, and you have the maintenance of a double cabin, and 3 Gay Neuro Skill Center partnership with Council into evidence as an exhibit.
The minutes of the Finance Subcommittee meeting held on Thursday, 4th July 2019, which are unsigned, are hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/NS/MKAC/003.
As the Commission pleases. What other minutes do you have with you before we proceed?
Pardon?
What other minutes do you have in relation to the contracts of Finance Committee with you currently?
This is all I have.
It's all you have currently with you?
Yeah.
But you don't have the minutes of of any meeting since 2018?
I think I submit during the pandemic period.
Yes.
I think I submit all that meetings because we have only few meetings during the pandemic period.
Very well. Now, let's discuss briefly in relation to the disposal of the vehicles first. What can you tell us about the disposal of the vehicle?
Yeah, in 2019 to 2020, there was a 5-vehicle auction by Mansakonko Area Council.
5?
5, yes.
Yes, go ahead.
This was 2 double cabinet.
2 double cabins?
Yes, 2 Pajero and 1 Volvo.
Go ahead.
This made 5.
Why were they disposed of, do you know?
They had a breakdown. Cause
all of them?
Yes, all of them. The 3 vehicles we found that before we came to council, that was the double cabinet and the 1 Pajero. I think that was then chairman's vehicle, Abakar Sang.
Go ahead.
Later, we bought 2 vehicles, that's the Mitsubishi Pajero and the Volvo. So Volvo for chairman's car and the other one for CEO's council. So
when you say we, are you referring to the council or the contracts committee or?
No, I mean the chairperson, London Bisani, the council chairman.
As in who bought the vehicle or who recommended the buying of the vehicle?
The council bought for him. We purchased for him.
Yeah.
So the other one for CEO's vehicle. So just few months later, they had a problem. The Volvo first got a breakdown. So later, some month, we bought another vehicle for him. And currently, he is using that car.
Was the council or the relevant committees, the finance or contracts committee, informed as to what the actual problem was with these vehicles?
Pardon?
Were you informed?
Yes, we were.
Regarding what the problem was?
They just told us that there is a breakdown. And though we saw the vehicle because it was parked at the back, so for a couple of months. So after.
But you wouldn't know what the problem was?
No, I don't know actually.
Okay.
Yes.
And then go ahead. Now, how did you arrive at the decision to now dispose of the vehicle? What was it a decision by council or by the contracts committee?
No, this was generally decision by general council.
General council.
Because nothing can be done without the general council approval.
Okay.
When the subcommittee, any decision they made, they have to throw back to the general council for finally.
Now,
and finally, unanimously, we all agree for the auction.
For an auction, who was responsible for the disposal, as to the manner of disposal, the procedure to be followed?
Well, for us, any information we want to have, we asked the finance director. I think he was the one responsible for this process.
Do you know whether the auction ever took place? These vehicles were eventually disposed of, and if yes, how Were they disposed of? Please give us a narration as to
Yes.
what transpired.
Yes, finally they were disposed, but whether there is any how the payments made, definitely that was.
No, in fact, before the payments, how were they disposed of? Because in your statement you had said that you believe there was no due process that was followed.
Yes.
So please explain to us what you mean
Yeah.
by there was no due process followed,
Yeah,
and why you think.
The reason is because the way it should be processed, it was not done like that. So that's why I made in my statement that it was not in due process.
Yes, go into detail. I mean, if you just say the way it was done, was supposed to be done, it was not done like that, no one will understand.
Because we don't see any evidences
Of
regarding to
the sale.
sales.
So when the sale took place, you were not aware of the date.
Well, no.
How comes you would not be aware of the date when the country would have already given its blessings on the disposal?
We just authorized them
Yes.
to do the process.
Should they not have advertised it?
Well, I don't know whether they advertise it, because from our making our decision, now the process is left to them.
Do you think they had a public auction?
Well, I cannot say nothing about
Were you aware of any public auction
it. Not really.
at all?
At all, no.
Now, of course, they were eventually disposed of. And do you know who the beneficiaries were
Pardon?
of those who bought these vehicles? Do you know?
Well, there was a meeting, finance subcommittee meeting. The CEO narrated that, one over for the vehicle, I think that's the Pajero vehicle.
Yes.
Mitsubishi.
Yes.
I think the price was 125,000.
Yes.
But how the payment made, I cannot say nothing. And if you see them, last time we wrote to them to give us actual information.
So you had written to
the payment receipt and orders.
you had written to whom? To who? The finance director?
The finance director. I think the letter.
Would that be the letter dated the 23rd of June 2020?
Yes, exactly.
Can the witness please be handed the letter so that it can be read before the commission? So this would have been the letter written by the chairman of the subcommittee, the finance subcommittee. So please use the microphone.
Mansakongo Era Council, Finance Subcommittee Chairperson, Lower River Region, 23rd date June 2020, to the Finance Director, Mansakongo Era Council. Request for the payment receipt of the sale of 5 vehicles. I hereby write on behalf of the committee, on behalf of the mentioned committee, to request the sales of 5 vehicle payment receipt. It has realized that Council decided to sell 5 vehicles in bad condition. That is the 2 Pajero vehicle, 2 pickup vehicle, and 1 Volvo vehicle. And yet it is not known to General Council that whether there is any of the sale. We asked the finance director, he disclosed that all the 5 vehicles has sold without any evidence based on. We allowed him to provide the payment receipt, but yet Council cannot access the receipt. Therefore, as a finance subcommittee members, it is our concern to know what had transpired. We expect your office to give us accurate information regarding to the sale of 5 vehicles. Yours sincerely, Sidis Diba, Finance Subcommittee Chairperson, and file to Chairperson and FCO.
So there was the reason to write to the Finance Director in relation to the disposal or sale of these 5 vehicles.
That's true.
Is that not the case? And again, what marks are these vehicles? Do you recall?
The 2 pickup was it's a Toyota.
Is it the double cabin?
Double cabinet.
And then
the
Mitsubishi as well?
Other Pajero is Mercedes.
Yes.
I think the other Pajero too, I don't know what model is, but
And pick up Hilux.
something like that.
Yes.
And there's a Volvo car. That's the chairman's vehicle.
So basically, you guys had a meeting and decided that you will write to the Finance Director requesting for evidences of financial transactions of this sale.
That's true.
Did you get any response?
No response.
And what did you do afterwards?
Yeah, afterward, there was a time, I think more than once or 2 times we have been written to, because any issue we wrote to the council without any response.
Yes.
Mostly we forward the matter to the Service Commission, local government.
Okay.
Because that was a one time I accompanied with the finance chairperson, subcommittee chairperson, CDSD,
Yes.
to the ministry.
Yes.
But later there was no response
From
the service, local government.
you complained this matter.
Yes. We write a petition.
You wrote a petition to the Local Government Service Commission.
Yes.
And they never responded.
Never respond.
Do you have the copy of the petition? You know?
Yeah, the chairman is having the copy.
The copy of the petition.
Yeah, the
Chairman would be CDC
Diba,
Diba.
yes.
And the petition was in relation to this disposal.
Maybe inclusively, but there we read so many issues gathered and submit to them.
Do you recall some of the issues?
Well, I cannot, but there are many issues that I cannot recall, to be candid, any of them. But
And so you didn't get any response, neither from the finance director. By the way, who was the finance director at the time?
by Gibi Sala.
By Jibi Sala.
Yes.
No response from him, and no response from
CEO.
the CEO, and no response from the Service Commission in relation to these issues.
That's true.
And so that was how the matter at least really
Yeah, because
died.
that's where we can
Natural death.
Because without the response from the Service Commission, so I think then Koma Sise was the one time a chairperson of Service Commission.
But this double cabin, if you go by the minutes of the 4th of July, 2019,
Yeah.
the second page, because the second agenda was in relation to the maintenance of the double cabin.
Yes.
Was the double cabin, was it a recommendation for it to be sold through public auction, or was it for it to be maintenance? Because I have seen the heading here, maintenance of the double cabin.
There were at that time we were using the one.
Yes, you
But
were using
later-
one of it.
Yes.
One of
Later, after we auctioned that one also, since he got a breakdown, we maintenance it. Later, it had another problem, so we decided to auction.
So, by Jibi Sala was also one of the beneficiaries. Were you aware of that?
Well, I never knew.
You were not aware. And
I only capture in that minute, the CEO stated that, one principal, I think it's Nyabali, something Nyabali.
yes,
He was the one over 125,000 for
the second paragraph reads that the Chief Executive Officer of the Council, Mr. Pas Sisi,
yes.
indicated that the agenda of the Finance Committee was earlier discussed yesterday during General Council meeting. He said one of the Pajeros, which is within the premises of the Council, has been offered by the principal of Tahir Senior Secondary School, Senior School, Mr. Nyabali, at 125,100 $125,000.
$25,000, yes.
And certain Farmer Serikan, the finance committee asked the CEO whether the $125,000 was reasonable, and he answered in the affirmative that yes, it is reasonable.
Yes.
Do you know whether it was eventually sold to him?
I never know. After this meeting, I never know what has transpired.
So the commission had received evidences regarding the disposal of these particular these vehicles, and the evidence is that there was no public auction. So it was not like it was advertised adequately, and then the public were invited to come and take part in this auction. That was not the what happened on the ground. And also some of the executive members or some of the senior management members really bought all vehicles from this particular disposal. How do you react to that?
Some of the senior members?
Yes, bought vehicles, yes.
Staff?
Yes. Management?
Oh, I never knew.
You never knew all of this?
No.
So you know nothing about the disposal, you don't know about the date that it happened, you don't even know whether it occurred. All you know is that these vehicles were eventually sold. You don't even know who the beneficiaries were.
That's why we wrote to them, because we don't have any information. So
the audit report,
as a member of council, even not the subcommittee member, any member, you have the right to you know, to request anything, you know, malpracticed.
So you believe it was an act of malpractice?
Of course.
The same opinion had been shared in the audit report by the National Audit for the years ended 31st December 2020 and 2021 on page 9. I'm not sure whether you had a chance to see the audit report.
I got the audit report, but I have read the...
Yes.
So, but maybe right now I cannot recall the person.
Understandably, but it was captured on page 9 as a suspected fraud issue. Do you understand that? As a suspected fraud issue, that the entire transaction, since it lacks accountability, the auditor has highlighted it as suspected fraud. And the findings were that on an accounted sale of $550,000, which was in respect of disposal of 3 vehicles at the time, that there was no documentary evidence to show how these proceeds were accounted for, neither in the council books nor were they traced in the bank accounts. The minutes of the Conduct Committee revealed that the 3 vehicles were sold at $250,000 for the Volvo and $150 each for a pickup Hilux and Mitsubishi Pajero. So again, just to show you that your letter that you have written demanding for information had also been captured. By the way, were you interviewed, or were any of your members interviewed by the auditors in relation to this disposal?
No, I was not.
They're not?
No. Maybe they find it in the documents.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the issue regarding the COVID-19 fund.
Yes.
How did you come about coming up with the idea of the COVID-19 fund at the area council, and what were the sources of your income or of the funds that you generated subsequently?
Yeah. Okay, that was a time when the pandemic arose. So the General Council decided that let's initiate this so as to support our people in the region. That's LRR.
Yes.
So that's the time we had a meeting, you know, to discuss about the way forward, how we will generate the income. So that's the time we decide, you know, we also link our diasporian, and we have even established the fundraising committee. So for those guys to raise
Was there any committee responsible for this?
Yes.
Or
yes.
was it just run by the
Yes,
by the council?
There is. I think that there is a minutes there. I think the committees are listed there.
Is that the minute of the 15th of April 2020? Let me show you.
No, not this. I think it's this minute.
Yes, you see it?
Okay, these are the task force committee, task force members.
Please use the microphone.
Okay, these are the task force committee.
In relation to the COVID-19.
The COVID-19, yeah. Fundraising committee.
Fundraising committee.
Yeah. You can read from this paragraph of you see the names.
Is this also the original version?
Yes.
It is also not signed?
Yes. You know, after the meeting, you know, the admin officer who normally took the minutes.
Yes.
So after taking minutes, later he served all the members.
They sacked all the members?
He served
All the members
all
with
the
a
members.
copy?
Yes, copy.
The unsigned copies?
Yes.
We applied to tender minutes of Mansakonko Area Council emergency meeting held on the Saturday, 18th April 2020. It's mainly in relation to the task force for the COVID-19 pandemic, the emergency period, into evidence as an exhibit.
Council, can you give me the last number, last exhibit number? Is it 3?
Yes, 003.
The The unsigned minutes of Mansakonko Area Council emergency meeting held on Saturday, 18th April 2020 is hereby admitted in evidence marked as LGC/NS/MKAC/004.
As the Commission places. Now, what were your main source or source of funding? Where are you getting your monies, your donations with respect to this COVID-19 relief project?
Pardon?
Where were you getting your donations, the monies that you needed to support your people in Masoko Area Council, the donations, the funds that you are trying to gather so as to buy stuff?
During the time, you know, as I give you the list of the committee, yes, the fundraising committee, they are the head responsible for, you know, for the donation. Mostly we have the donation from the diaspora, LRR, even the outside the LRR. I think there's a one time GCCI also donated to us, but sometimes it comes physical items, sometimes cash money.
We also know that there was a bank account open purposely or primarily for this particular project.
Yes, there was an account for this pandemic.
Now, there was a time that you deemed it fit or needed to buy or purchase food stuffs like rice, sugar, and then for the people of Mansakoko in relation to the COVID aid.
Yes.
Subsequently, we have learned that an award of contract was given to Nemasu Enterprise. Do you know Nemasu Enterprise?
Nemasu, I know the enterprise. The
yes.
in passing, but pertaining to this award, I was not aware.
So we learned that they were giving our contracts to supply rice and oil and sugar. But then in your statement, you had said that the committee, that is the Contracts and Finance Committee, you had sat and discussed and you evaluated the offers that you had on the table in relation to the contractors to deal with. And then Jar Oil happened to be the company that you had decided would be awarded the contract to supply bags of rice and sugar.
Yes.
As opposed to Nema. So can you now explain to us?
Yes. As I told you, whatever I will say here, I will prove myself. That's the evidence.
Yes.
And I think I gave you the evidence.
Yes.
There was a minute.
Go ahead.
There was a minute there.
The one for the 15th?
Yeah.
Please hand over the witness.
The two committees, Finance and Contract Committee.
Can you please hand over the witness this exhibit 002? That is for the one dated the 15th of April 2020.
Yeah.
Yes, you were explaining something. Please proceed.
Yes, I am only aware that there was one time we had a meeting, and this was dated on the 15th April 2020. We go by, if you have the minutes, I think page 2, last paragraph.
Yes.
The Director of Finance, Mr. Baigibi Sala, informed the subcommittee members that Jawel is selling 25 kilos of rice at $450 and would like the council to procure the rice through Jar Oil Company. The subcommittee members approved Director Sala's proposal to buy or procure the rice from Jar Oil Company, 150 150,000. So this was divided by 450 per bag. We
basically,
have 333 bags.
How many?
333 bags.
333 bags of rice
bags.
is what you had agreed to purchase.
150,000 divided by 450.
Yes.
We got 333 bags.
So go ahead.
Since after that approval,
yes,
I never witnessed any meeting, regarding to this pandemic.
And you had said that you don't miss these meetings.
I never miss any meeting.
So if there was a meeting, you would have been informed and you would have been present.
Even in fact, I missed the meeting. Any member, you miss the meeting, but later they will give you the minutes.
The minutes.
Yes.
And this did not happen.
There was no meeting since 2018 update. I missed the meeting. Neither the General Council meeting or the subcommittee, line committee, I am.
So here we have Bajibi Salah informing the joint committee. Is it the joint committee?
Yes.
That is the finance subcommittee and then the contracts committee.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Contract and finance, yeah.
And finance on the 15th of
April
2020.
Yes.
And that was when you decided you would have purchased rice for the people of the community.
Yeah.
And so the preferred company was Jah Oil.
Jah Oil, yes.
And this was as a result of the amount they were charging per bag.
Yeah, this was the first purchase.
Yes. But then eventually, Jah Oil was not given the contract. You had said you had learned with surprise. You were surprised when you learned in the commission here that it was Nemosu instead who were subsequently given the contract.
Yes, I know this through this commission.
Yes.
I had this information through this commission.
Yes.
I think that was a time, I don't know, GPPA, one Ibrahima Sanyang or something like that.
Yes.
Was narrating this information that there was a contract given to Nemasu.
Yes.
The bag of rice, $6,000.
Yes.
I was definitely surprised because this has never, discussed in Mansa Konko Area Council during the time.
What you were surprised about is the fact that Nemosu Enterprise was never given a contract as far as the contracts committee is concerned.
Never.
So for anyone to say that there was a contracts committee meeting and then the agreement was that Nemosu would be awarded a contract would not be true. Because Nemosu was never discussed in a contracts committee meeting.
Maybe the person will prove out. Because as I prove the evidence.
Yes.
So this is Mansa Konko Area Council meeting.
Yes.
Committee. So any meeting regarding to that.
Yes.
The person, I think, he must prove out the evidence.
Eventually.
Right.
Yes. If it is true, they would have documents to prove and show that it really happened.
Yes.
Yes. But then, do you know whether Jah Oil was given any contract subsequently for the supply of rice?
Well, I don't know because a contract committee, our roles and responsibility is, after awarding the contract.
Yes.
When we approve it, we throw back all the necessary process in the hand of the procurement office.
Yes.
And the CEO. They are the one responsible for that. Because we are never in the office. Okay. The elected members are there when there is a meeting, General Council meeting, or you have a subcommittee meeting, or maybe emergency meeting. So the day-to-day in office is chairman and the vice chairman. These are the elected members in the office day-to-day. So after our deals, we have to throw back and march out. So we just do all the process, going and distribution and other things. Sometimes we just had it through Facebook and the other WhatsApp groups.
So now, just to be very clear on this,
Yes.
Since 2018,
Yes.
you serving in the, as a member of the Contracts Committee and the Finance Committee, sometimes you will have joint meetings. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you are a very regular member of these committees, very punctual for that matter.
Very well.
Was there any time that Nemasu Enterprise was awarded a contract by
not to my knowledge.
the Contracts Committee?
Not to my knowledge.
Not to your knowledge.
Right.
So if Nemasu Enterprise is to now have a contract and been awarded to him
Yes.
without passing through the Contracts Committee, would that not be improper?
That's not proper. That's not the due process, right process.
Any questions for this witness?
Good afternoon, Mr. Sedikan.
Afternoon.
You have submitted a couple of letters together with your statement to this commission.
Yes.
One of them is the request for the retirement of the COVID-19 fund.
Yes.
And you wrote a letter dated on the 2nd of August 2023.
That's true.
And what was the outcome of this your request?
There was no outcome because there was no response.
Did you follow up with your request?
Yes, I follow up, but yet still no response.
What was the balance in the account that you think should have been in the account that you requested that they should? This GoFundMe account, how much do you think was in the account?
No, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
As the chair or the vice chair, what were your responsibilities for this subcommittee of the finance?
The vice chairman?
You said as a member of the committee.
Yes.
You sent this letter as finance subcommittee member to the chief executive.
Yes.
What was your role or the role of that committee?
At the time I wrote this,
Yeah.
I was the chairperson for the finance committee.
Yes. And what was your role as chairman of the finance subcommittee?
Yes, my roles and responsibility is if I see, anything, regarding to financial transaction and it is not in line, it is not accurate, I have to request to have at least accurate information so that I can also serve my members and the entire council. Because as a finance chairperson, you do sometime report all the activities, you did with your committee at the General Council.
Earlier on, when you were doing your introductory statement, you talked about the review of malpractices in the council. That's one of your responsibilities.
Yes.
Have you ever called up a meeting to review such malpractice?
Yes, we came into office.
You have once called.
We have one.
And what was the malpractice about?
Yes, as I mentioned there, I was about to have accurate information about the transaction of the COVID-19. So the transaction was not satisfy us. And as a chairperson of the committee, I have to follow up to get that information.
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking this question is that in one of your attachments,
yes,
in the main body of the letter,
yes,
you said you want to know how and what are the due process been taken with the awarded contract to the supplier of Nemasu?
Nemasu, yes.
Because the council has just been asking
Yes.
you, do you know anything about Nemasu? You said you were not there. But now you are writing, asking them to give you information. How was this contract contracted
Awarded
to Nemasu?
to Nemasu. Yes.
And did you have any reply?
No, I don't have any reply.
Okay.
If you see, I'm requesting it as I saw the evidences, because I was a member of these two-line committees, and the particular person we award, so it's not Nemasu. So that's why, since I had the information, I have to write the office of CEO and file to chairperson.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sadikan.
Afternoon, ma.
As a follow-up question to Mr. Jaines, what prompted you to request for the retirement of the COVID-19 fund in August of 2023 and not earlier on?
Come again?
What prompted you
Yes.
to write and request for the retirement of the COVID funds
Yeah.
in August of this year,
Yeah.
instead of doing that earlier, before 2023?
You know, the COVID period from 2019, I think it was ended during the 2021. Because since 2019 we start this, process. I think it was ended in 2021. And 2021, as a member, we don't have time because it was election year, presidential result. So all the members were busy. Up to 2022, National Assembly, from National Assembly, Councilor, Mayor. So at that time, we don't have any time. We don't have time. So after the election, 2023 Councilor, so I was nominated as a chairperson of that committee, that's the finance. So that's the time I have time, because now it's time for work. Politics is over. So that is the time I request this to get the accurate information.
Thank you.
All right. Now, a follow-up question to Honorable Sanyang's, Mrs. Sanyang's question. You have said that from 2019 to 2022, it was all about politics. Now,
No, I say from 2019 to 2021.
to 2021.
Yeah, 2021, that's the time we get into politics.
Yes. So now my question is, from
Yes.
this period, was the finance and what other committee is that?
Contract?
Contracts committee.
Yes.
They did not sit for any activity at the council, because you, at one point, you are chairman of the committee.
Currently, yes.
Yes, so from 2019 to 2021, because you said after the election, the presidential election, you went into
National
National
Assembly.
Assembly, then to
Council.
council and mayoral election.
Mayors and chairperson.
So between this period,
Yes.
the contracts committee and the finance committee did not sit.
Never.
They never sat
No.
for any activity.
No.
So the activities of council were executed by the management, that is the CEO and the finance director.
That's true.
Huh?
That's true.
So you are telling us that we will not find any minutes of contract committee that you sat on to decide on the matters of council.
I don't say the other matters. I mean the COVID-19. She was asking me about why I don't request it earlier.
Yes.
So during this period, we were not sit over this issue.
Over this issue.
Regarding to
But
the
you were
COVID.
but you were sitting on other issues.
Yes, there
On
was
other issues of council.
council, yes.
Actually, my question was whether you sat on any of council matters from this period to 2022, including the COVID issues?
No, COVID issue, we never...
You did not,
no.
you did not sit on COVID issues?
I can't recall.
But you were sitting on other issues?
Yes, because even the General Council, before I think our last General Council meeting, before the election, I think April, I think by February or March.
March of which year?
I think that was our last meeting before the election. You know, the election was, council election was, I think, April.
Of which year?
2023.
2023.
Yes.
How many meetings did you hold for 2022? Did you hold any meetings in 2022?
Yes, there was meetings.
Held in 2022?
Yes.
Do you have minutes of those meetings? Copies of minutes of those meetings?
All my files I left them, but we had a meeting 2022.
You said your files are where?
At home. You know, all the minutes, every meeting,
Yes.
every member is served.
Okay.
You are given the copy.
So can you provide us with minutes, copies of your minutes
Yes.
that you have served from this 2018, right? Up to date. Copies of those minutes.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay. Okay.
Yes, and
I think I secured many.
yes. Now the Mr. CDC Diba wrote on the 23rd of June 2020.
Yes.
Yes, and you have indicated that there was no response to that letter.
No.
And you said you wrote, did you further made a request or write to the ministry for them to address this issue?
No, I don't say, not this particular phone number. I say maybe this issue also was included, but actually I cannot recall. Okay. But we wrote to ministry, because any issue, when it's not settled in the council, sometimes we wrote to the ministry.
Okay, you have the audit report at page 9, as was mentioned by council, indicated 4 vehicles. And in your statement,
yes,
you indicated 5 vehicles. Can you explain to us?
Yes, it was 5 vehicles.
So it is not 4, as mentioned by the audit report?
No.
Thank you. And you also did not have a feedback on the proceeds of this sale?
No, no response.
So did you have any general council meeting after the COVID-19? End of 2020, beginning of 2021, did you have any meeting?
Yes.
To discuss the use of the funds that you have gotten and what is remaining?
The use of funds?
Yes, the funds that you've got during the COVID.
No,
period.
I was not aware.
There was no meeting held?
No.
And subsequently after that, council also did not meet to ask for update?
No,
on these funds?
not to my knowledge. That's why just recently I wrote to them.
Yes, Council, you can proceed.
Unless the lead counsel has questions for the witness, I don't have any for the witness.
Yes.
I have some questions. I don't know whether we should start now and continue tomorrow or start.
Yes, you can start now and we continue tomorrow.
Very well. Assistant Registrar, could you kindly get the registrar?
Yes, whilst waiting for that, do you have copies of the audit reports for the GoFundMe and the COVID? And who are the people that conducted the audit? Is it the internal audit?
The internal audit.
So can we get can you kindly request for the audit report,
For
the copies of the audit report?
for COVID.
Yes.
And that's why I wrote to the internal audit, but there was no response. There was no response.
But you are aware that an audit was conducted?
You know, in every financial transaction,
Yes.
the auditor have the positive, you know, position to mount for that.
No, our understanding from your letter is that it gave us the assumption that an internal audit was conducted. And that is why I am asking whether you have seen a copy of the audit report.
No, there was no internal audit conducted. That's why I wrote them.
You are asking?
Yes, I was asking.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, we are cancelled? Okay. So let me just, for the two funds of the COVID, did you have a single account for them or you have two different accounts?
For the COVID,
Yes,
I'm aware of only single.
one account.
Right.
And which bank was that account lodged?
This, I think GT Bank.
Okay.
So,
Can you help us find out whether the GoMe fund and the COVID fund were one and the same? And let us have that information.
come again, you said?
Help us find out from the CEO now at the council or the finance director whether there were two accounts, the GoMe fund and the COVID fund.
Okay.
If there are two accounts, if there is one account, that is fine. If there are two accounts, let us know whether there are two accounts.
Okay.
All right, please provide that information tomorrow when you come so that we can proceed from there.
When I come,
Tomorrow.
I should come back again?
Yes, you are coming back tomorrow here because we are not done with you. Yes, Council, you can proceed.
Or maybe unless I call the finance director.
Yes, they can give you the information, then you can pass on the information.
Okay.
And if there are anything that we need, we will let you know.
All right.
Yes.
That's okay.
Mr. Boyda. Now, Mr. Sedikan, if you write to the ministry, who do you write to? Is it the Service Commission or who do you write to directly?
Direct to the Service Commission.
You write directly to Service Commission. And the letters, the petition you address to the Service Commission direct?
Yes. It was written by my then chairperson of subcommittee finance, CDs, but I always accompany with him because he wrote on behalf of the committee.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sedika.
Afternoon.
Now, I believe you gave evidence to the effect that you were not aware of what happened to the vehicles that were disposed of, and I think you said there were 5 vehicles.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Can you tell us which 5 vehicles these were?
I think I mentioned in my statement.
2 double cabin pickups.
Yes.
What brand were they?
Pardon?
What brand, what make were they?
I'm not getting you.
What make were those double cabin pickups? Were they Mitsubishi? Were they Toyota?
Okay,
were
they are
they
Toyota
Opel?
type.
What were they?
Toyota.
They were Toyota.
Right.
Do you remember the number plates?
No, I cannot.
Do you remember who they belonged to?
Yeah, our first year, 2018, there was 2 double cabinet. So the one was in good order, in good condition. The other one was in bad condition. So we were using the other one.
Which one?
For a while, the one in good condition.
When you say we were using it, who was using it?
The council.
Okay, who was it assigned to mainly?
Pardon?
Who was it assigned to? Was it a council utility vehicle that everybody used? Was it assigned to a particular person?
No,
who was it assigned to?
It was specially to the finance director. Sometimes you also use.
Okay.
Yes.
And the other one
they
was?
use it for day-to-day council official mission.
Okay, and the one that was in a bad condition, where was that one?
Yeah, it was parked at the back there.
Okay.
And the other Pajero.
So you said 2 Mitsubishi Pajeros.
Yes.
Okay.
The other Pajero, we found that because it was the one the then chairperson was using, not Fabakar Sane, before our time.
Okay.
So with that to pick up.
So you what, sorry?
So later, pardon?
I didn't hear what you said before you said later. You said that then Chairman Fabakar Sane was using that one.
He was using that other Pajero.
Okay.
But that one also was not in good condition.
And where was it?
It was parked at the council premises.
Okay.
So our time, 2019 to 2020, if I man can recall, we bought 2 vehicles. That was the Mitsubishi Pajero and the Volvo. Volvo was given to a chairperson landing, and the CEO is using the other Pajero Mitsubishi.
So the CEO used the...
So the Volvo also doesn't stay long. It had a breakdown, so it was parked. So we later, I think some months, we bought another vehicle for Kiaman. That currently he is using that.
Okay.
Yes.
So you had 2 vehicles that were parked at the council premises,
Yeah.
the Toyota and the Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
And then you had 1 Mitsubishi that was in use, 1 Toyota that was in use, and 1 Volvo that was in use.
After the 2 Pajero were collapsed, they were no more in good condition. They parked it, and the other pickup one was using, they would also break down, so they parked. Those the 5 vehicles they auction.
So the 5 vehicles were parked.
Parked, right,
Okay.
and auction.
Now, are you a member of the disposal committee, or rather were you a member of the disposal committee?
There was nothing like any committee of disposal at that time.
And how do you know this?
Disposal committee?
I'm asking you, how do you know that there was no disposal committee?
There was not.
How do you know?
It was not established.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
The committee, the established committees.
Assistant Registrar, let me
I
show
know
you.
all the committees.
Can you show the witnesses, please? So I'm going to show you, or he's going to show you a document that purports to be the minutes of a meeting. It says minutes of Mansakonko Area Council Disposal Committee meeting held on Wednesday, 14 January 2021. And the attendance register is showing Baba Trawale, Almamo A.K. Sise, Ibrahima Sedi Lee, Pasib Sise, Lamin M. Mari, Buwa Kinte, and Baijiri Sala as the people who attended this meeting. And at this meeting, they're giving information about the 4 vehicles that were set up for disposal. And they said that there's somebody interested in the Volvo, somebody is interested in the Mitsubishi MKA C2. The Director of Planning and Development asked what the mode of payment would be, etc. Is this not meeting minutes from the council?
No. I was not aware of this. And the people listed here, they were not the council member, they are staff. And the council committee.
Do you know where the power to constitute the disposal committee comes from?
No, those are responsible for establishing the committees are the elected members.
Where do you get that from?
Pardon?
Where do you get that from?
Yeah, from.
You're saying that it is the elected members that set up the committee.
Yeah.
What is the basis for that statement?
Yes. All the committees established by the elected member. That's the area council, that the local government act says.
Okay.
Yes.
Did the local government act mention the disposal committee?
I never knew. I had been read the area council and local government act, but I never across of this committee.
Okay. So I'm asking you because you have stated categorically that the committee did not exist because the elected members didn't set it up. That's why I asked you, what is the basis of that statement? And do you know where the power to set up the disposal committee comes from?
This for the first time.
Are you familiar with the Gambia Public Procurement Act?
Well, no.
Okay. So what you can say is that you are not aware of a disposal committee.
Never.
Not that it was not set up.
No.
Right?
Since I came to area council.
Because you what, sorry? I didn't hear what you said just now.
Since I elected in area in council as a councillor, since 2018 update, I never come across, even in our meetings, never. Disposal committee.
Okay, just give me a minute and I'll show you something else. Now, there's another document that's been shown to you, and it is purporting to be minutes of Mansakonko Area Council emergency meeting held on Monday, 1st February 2021. Thank you. Are those minutes of the council emergency meeting?
Monday, 1st February.
Can you speak into the mic, please? So just go through the attendance register. You have Sira Sabali.
I was not aware of this.
Okay, so Sira Sabali, Tumbo Krubali, Usman Keso, Abdullah Kamara, Suleiman Sane, Sidisi Diba, Bua Kinte, Seni Jadama, Almamo, A.K. Sise, Ibrahim Jalo, Passage Sise, Ibrahim Sedili, Baba Trawali, Nfamara Sedikan, Lamin Elem Mari, Bakari Fadera, Mohamed Sediba, Lamin wife Fofana, Sidi Sane. Now you're saying that you were not aware of this meeting?
My man, I don't recall.
You don't recall?
No.
So maybe if we go through some of the items that were dealt with, you might remember.
If I maybe I will check my minutes because I have all the minutes.
Now, all the minutes of the meetings that the committees take, are they in a file?
Pardon?
All the minutes of the meetings that each committee takes, are they contained in a file?
Yes, at the council, at the admin officer.
Okay, so would you be in a position to get those files?
And even all the members also got the minutes after the
meeting.
Yes.
So let me just touch on this so that you can see if you recall anything.
Yes.
So the agenda is disposal. First item is disposal of old cars. Second is purchasing of new cars, and the third is any other business. Under disposal of old cars, it says the vice chairman indicated that the old cars are currently on disposal, etc. The letter is not that clear. CEO is the chairman of the committee. He gave the floor to give a detailed account of the disposal procedures. And they explained that, okay, if you go down, the Volvo MKA C1 was pegged at 250,000 and 200,000 was paid. It remains a balance of 50,000 to be paid later. Mitsubishi MKA C2 was pegged at $100,000. The interested buyer paid $75,000. Remaining $25,000 to be paid later. Pajero old model was pegged at 22,000, but the CEO something to pay $5,000. The council asked the CEO to pay $7,000. After negotiation, the council agreed to sell him at $7,000, and the payment should be effective February 2021. Now, comments, it said Mr. Mfamara Sedikan expressed concern over the non-durability of the council vehicles, especially those on disposal, etc. Now, do you still not remember this meeting?
Yes. My mind comes now.
You remember this meeting now?
Yes, because I comment on it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So are those the minutes of that meeting?
Yes.
Would that be an accurate representation of the minutes of that meeting?
Yes, this is the...
Okay. Chairperson, I apply to tender the minutes of the Mansakonko Area Council emergency meeting held on Monday, 1st February 2021 as an exhibit.
Council, is it 2020 or 2021?
2021.
The minutes of Mansakonko Area Council emergency meeting held on Monday, 1st February 2021 is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/NS/MKAC/005.
As a commission, please, I'm grateful. Now, so Mr. Sedikan,
Yes.
do you stand by your statement that you were not aware of what happened to the vehicles and to whom they were sold?
Yes.
In light of the minutes that you've read of the meeting that you were present at?
No, as my statement said, I wrote to them. I don't say I don't aware of the disposal, but after the disposal, there was no clear information. That's why I wrote to them.
So the letter
how
that
the payments was, the receipt of the payment.
So the letter that you wrote to them is dated 23rd of June 2020.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Now this minute that we've just read is dated 1st February 2021.
Yes.
Which is a year after you had written to us about the disposal. So in these minutes, you're now being told at the meeting that this person bought this vehicle for, the CEO bought this vehicle for $7,000. Somebody called Sambu, Mampa Sambu, I think, bought another one for $100,000. He's already paid $75,000.
Yes.
There's another one where $100,000 I think was paid, $50,000 is remaining. So at that meeting, you were made aware who purchased the vehicles, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But after the payment, how the payment was, I was not aware of that.
After that meeting, did you request further information about the vehicles?
Later, no.
Chair, I don't know if it's a convenient point.
Yes. Mr. Sedikan, which banks do you bank with?
Pardon?
Which are the banks that you bank with?
Mansakonko Area Council?
No. Which are your banks?
Yes. You mean the council bank?
No, your bank. Your personal bank.
My personal bank.
Yes, account.
Trust Bank.
And which one?
And GT Bank.
And GT Bank.
GT Bank, where our salaries goes.
Yes. Can we have the statements of your account?
Who, me?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can, if it is possible to get them tomorrow when you come in, or you can write for them to email it to you. When you come, we can print them.
But for GT Bank, I don't know anyone there because I just go since 2006. I opened that account. Okay.
They will provide same for you.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So I believe it's a convenient point. We will continue tomorrow morning. Do you have your bank account numbers with you?
Yes, for Trust Bank, I'm on my.
Okay. Okay, you can give the number to the registrar on your way out.
Okay.
And he can get it facilitated for you.
All right. Okay.
And you check for the number for the other bank, and you can give it to the registrar.
All right. No problem.
Thank you. Mister?